Alright, this is 3 Embrain Tom box. I don't know why this is a good idea, but I'm going to showcase to you guys the ABC profile for this season. Originally, I was going to show to you guys, Punk ABC. I had a great time. I got pretty decent winnings with that one, but I jumped ship. I decided, you know what? Assault Synchron came out. I want to play with Assault Synchron. So this season's ABC is super heavy ABC BYSTIAL Assault Synchron deck, which will be upgraded later in Duelist Nexus to just be, Synchron ABC, because Revolution Synchron's pretty busted and it takes away the brickiness of Union Driver. Go figure. You're still ending on full board is really nasty, but then again, a lot of decks get broken with Revolution Synchron. But that's not this video, that's for the future, so hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see that in the future. But for this particular deck, yeah, it does sound pretty confusing, so I'm gonna let the combo speak for itself. It's really confusing for your opponent to play against you because they don't even know what you're playing until they see everything. And you know what? Let's just see the combo first and you guys judge for yourself. So this is the 1-card combo and you do not need another card in your hand to do it, but I'm gonna anticipate that you do have probably at least one more card left over. So starting off, activate Union Hangar. Using the effect of Union Hangar, grab B. You just need some access to B. It can be a C, whatever. Normal summon out B, effective Union Hangar, target the B, equip the Union Driver, activate Union Driver. Hopefully you didn't open that in your hand. And we're going to equip ourselves a C. It doesn't really matter which one you get because the last one is only going to get discarded. Activate C, special summon itself out, and here's the part where it starts to differ. Overlay the two pieces into a Gear Gigant X. Activate this Gear Gigant X, detaching whatever, it doesn't matter, adding the motorbike. Activate the motorbike and add Wakaushi. Notice that we do not have any spell cards in the graveyard, so we can activate Wakaushi, activate Wakaushi's effect, and we're going to scale the Big Benkei onto the field. And then we're going to special summon the Wakaushi. Big Benkei effect, we're going to add Soul Gaia Booster. Activate Soul Gaia Booster equipped onto Wakaushi. Activate Soul Gaia Booster, summon itself out. Okay. And this next part here is that we're going to take the Gear Gigant X and the Soul Gaia Booster, and we're going to link it into Ancient Gear Ballistas. Ancient Gear Ballistas effect, that's going to help us add the Ancient Gear Box. Gear Box is going to add Coral into our hand. Okay, so that part still made a lot of sense. Activate the Coral, and then we're going to link summon this into Clifford Genius. And here we go. Then we're performing a pendulum summon here with 2 cards. We have the Wakaushi onto the arrow and the Ancient Gear Box into the arrow. This is going to activate the Clifford Genius, and we're going to get ourselves the Regulus. And Regulus in an ABC deck, if it's set up, it's pretty nutty. So we're going to activate the Regulus, targeting the B. Okay, B targeted, summon, and onto the field. And then activate B, special summon itself out. And because now we have the bike in the grave, we're going to synchro summon this into our Excel Stardust. Excel Stardust Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 B. B is going to grab a copy of A. Excel Stardust is going to summon out our motorbike. And instead of going into Baronne, we're going to synchro the Ancient Gear Box with our motorbike, just so that we can summon out Desert Locust. Desert Locust can now ditch the A into the graveyard, therefore we can now summon out ABC. Why are we choosing to do this instead? Because we can summon out Baron during our opponent's turn anyway, so we're going to banish the 3 pieces, summon out the ABC Dragon Buster. So that is a 1-card combo. You can get this far. I'm pretty sure you can murder your opponent from here at some point. As long as, if you really want to kill your opponent, then yes, you would probably go for the Baronne instead, and you just pop your opponent's monster. It's pretty versatile, but during your opponent's turn, your first negate has to be the Regulus to clear up some space. Because I wish I could have used these 2 and just make an IP Masquerena. I actually can use those 2 and make an IP Masquerena and just give up on the Baron, but I think this is a bit more fun. But if you negate with the Regulus first, then you can use the B Buster or so ABC Dragon Buster. Discard whatever card you had and then tag it out, summon out 3. And when you summon out your 3, get the Union Hangar effect, equip something, and then you can just go ahead and make Baronne anyway. Or Chaos Angel. Both of these are options because this is a light monster and your tuner is actually the Desert Locust. So that's combo 1. Combo number 2, this one is Union Hangar free, but you need Wakaushi and B to execute this one. There's a lot of different lines as well. If you have BYSTIALs, they just help you extend as free bodies. It acts really weird too. So, but anyway, let's start with this one. Activate Wakaushi, Wakaushi effect. get the summon, of course, the Big Benkei. Activate Big Benkei. This time we're adding Soul Piercer. Equip the Soul Piercer onto our Wakaushi. Normal summon out the B. Yeah, no effect, no hanger, right? And then we're going to link summon right away, putting these into the graveyard, and we're going straight into Clifford Genius. Okay, with the Clifford Genius, cool. We're gonna activate the Soul Piercer and the B. This time we have to add C. C is gonna give us the additional summon, and the sequencing here does matter. And then the Soul Piercer will help us add the motorbike. We're going to now ditch the motorbike, and we're gonna switch into a scale. So now we have Coral, and we can activate the Coral. Pendulum summon these onto the Genius Arrow. And once again, Regulus is just so good in an ABC deck that we're fetching the Regulus again. And so this time we have Regulus. We're going to activate Regulus. We're going to target B to provide us with another free summon, and summon it out, equip, and activate B, summon it out. But this time we have the motorbike in the grave, so we're going to synchro these into Tilting Entrainment, and we're going to activate the effect of Tilting Entrainment, and we're going to activate the effect of B. B is going to add A. Tilting Entrainment is going to summon out the Wakaushi onto the Genius Arrow, so don't block your own arrow. And so we have a ton of free bodies here. Now we're going to synchro these two, okay, and we're going to summon into Excel Stardust. Excel Stardust effect, Chainlink 1, and then we have the effect of C Chainlink 2, special summon out the A from hand, and we're also going to summon back our motorbike. Now we can do whatever we want, so we're just going to synchro the entrainment and the motorbike into Baronne or Baron, and then we're going to link these two into an IP Masquerena. Don't use the effect of A because, well, you have ABC in the grave now, so you can banish, you know, the A, B, and the C, and you can summon out an ABC Dragon Buster. And once again, once you tribute the Regulus, then you really have no problem of using all the effects. And this is for, like, this is a lot of disruption, and this is a recovery as well. So it's disruption plus recovery all built into one combo that does not even have a union hanger attached to it. So I thought this was pretty cool, so I just want to show it to you guys. Once you add BYSTIALs into the mix, you can kind of shortcut your way through, and if you have Assault Synchron, you can shortcut some of the pieces that require a level 2 tuner, or sometimes when you revive back your motorbike, you change the level of the motorbike or another monster just so that you can quickly go into some of your rank 10s. That's kind of as much as I want to give in terms of hints, so my opponents don't really know what I'm doing when I'm playing against them at locals. Anyways, let's take a look at the deck. So here is the deck list in its cores. We have 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's. You can increase the count of B's. In fact, you can just throw in more cards if you want, because they are like the starters after all. And so this is the ABC package. Having an extra B does not hurt. You have 1 Union Driver and 1 Therian King Regulus. Don't want to open this. That's why this is not a 40 card deck. This is 46 right now. And in fact, when I played 40, it was worse because you had more chances of drawing into this, and that actually kills your lines. And I think just having more cards just made it less likely of it happening. So I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, I kind of also want to increase the count of Regulus, because Regulus in ABC is ridiculous, but you also need the setup, which this deck can't afford. And speaking of setup, here's the shortcut card. Assault Synchron is the card that really just throws your opponent out of whack, because they think that you're not going to go into Baronne so early, or they don't think that you're going to go into a Chaos Angel so early, and all of a sudden Assault Synchron is there to really ruin their day. I love it when it's Assault Synchron plus BYSTIAL Serenir, and they have a BYSTIAL of their own, and they can only get rid of one, so either they give you a Baronne or they give you the entire BYSTIAL line. It's kind of fun. They have to make that decision on their own, but you get to play with whatever that's left out. Then for the Super Heavy Samurais, we play triple Wakaushi, okay, and then we have double Benkei, because you don't want to brick on just opening a card in your hand. And then we have triple Motorbike, because it's so good. You might be wondering, oh, what if you open Terraforming? Well, if you open Terraforming again, you just drop the bike first. If they stop that, then you play your ABC line, because you can still do 1 card ABC. I don't think that is a true issue here. So yeah, just know your lines. That's not the only part that is super heavy. We have one Soul Piercer. This is a card that you don't really want to open, but if you do, you can throw it away. Soul Gaia Booster, a card you don't want to open. You can open this, but you want to open it with another super heavy. Scales is a pivot point for you if you do get hit by hand or you loaded a spell card into your graveyard by accident. Scales is a pivot because this one doesn't even care if you have spells in the graveyard, so that's all right. And we have our one, General Coral and one Ancient Gearbox to search it out. Is it worth playing this? Is it a brick? It's not something you want to see, but seeing that you can pendulum summon, it doesn't hurt to have the extra body. That's kind of how it always was. Now, in terms of the BYSTIAL package, we played 2 Lubellions. I finally got a second one. I was really annoyed that I only played one, and that's why I got bodied so many times. Whenever I open a BYSTIAL package to get rid of Lubellion, I just don't even have a setup anymore, even with Serenir. Triple Magnemite, double Druis Worm, and for the last 2, we have, of course, I only play one Serenir and one Baldric. I am not trying to play that many BYSTIALs. I mean, still a lot of BYSTIALs, but they still function as hand traps, so that's why I'm okay with it. It doesn't contaminate the deck with too many spell cards that ruin the super heavy samurai engine. So in any case, you just kind of want this to get started. You just want to loop the engine so that it gets really annoying for your opponent. And having free 6 bodies, going to Chaos Angels, that's light and dark, it can win you games. And finally, the last set of hand traps, we have, triple Ash and triple Valor. I can switch these with Drolls. I think Drolls are still worth it, but I want the light for my own purposes. Everyone's just basically triple attacking me anyways, and this is not a deck that can play triple attack, so it's a bit unfortunate. But you can side triple attack in the deck. I'm not saying that I do. I definitely do not side triple attack, all right? So don't worry about using monster-based hand traps against me at all. Yeah. And so let's go into spells. You know what? Spells and traps, nothing too difficult here. Terraforming and triple Union Hanger. And here's the thing. Terraforming is actually a brick in this deck. If you open only Terraforming and nothing else to play, you're going to ruin your whole hand. However, it's really good with the BYSTIAL stuff, but it's also really bad with the super heavy stuff. So make sure that if you're going to be playing Terraforming and you have the super heavy stuff, super heavy always first, and then play the Hanger. And you can try to bait your opponent, but I think Hanger is the one that you definitely want to resolve. And for you guys at my locals that's watching this, Hanger is the card that I definitely don't really care about, so don't worry about just letting it go through. But for anyone else out there playing the deck, make sure that this is the card that you get to go through, because it is the one carder. So very important card. And then for the rest of it, there's Call by the Grave, which is a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. This card it forces you to pivot your super heavy samurai stuff from time to time, especially when you're trying to grab Motorbike. If your opponent's drolling you, you have to Call by the Grave. Then you don't go for Motorbike anymore. You go straight for the card and you just give up on the line where you get to use XL Stardust. Alright, unless of course you already have Assault Synchron, which you don't even care anymore, because then you're guaranteed the 2 anyway. And I think the hardest part about this deck is more likely the extra deck, so we'll get into that in a second. But once you play Call by the Grave, know your super heavy samurais, know which ones will activate. If you synchro off and you put it onto the scale, you will scale back onto the field, but you will not be able to activate the single scale effect anymore. So there's a lot of little things to pay attention to, okay? And then finally, we have one branded Regain and one branded Beast, so you have more interaction. So that's kind of it for the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck. And here's the extra deck. We played 2 ABC Dragon Buster. This deck is super tight. You don't have space to fit another. I wish I could fit another, but you can't have everything. For our Synchro 6s, we have Desert Locust and Coral Dragon. Locust, you've seen what it's for. As for the Coral Dragon, it's mainly for using your Assault Synchron, going into this, and then make a Baronne with your ABC pieces. So you can get ABC with Baronne. We have Tilting Entrainment and XL Stardust. You've seen what they're for already, so there's no need to explain it. Entrainment is a really nice card, especially when you open up arrows. As for the Synchro 10s, we have Despater, we have Baron de Fleur, and Chaos Angel. You know, our standard 10 bosses now. If I had more space, I would put Chen Ying in here as well, because we banish cards quite frequently. As for the Xyz, man, I really don't want to show you guys this, but it's so bare bones. We have Baguska for pivoting into a Droll, and we have Yugioh and X. You've seen this is the 1-card combo play. And finally, the The remaining cards, 1 Ballista, we've already seen it. Click for Genius. If you're not playing Genius, you have to find 2 spots, okay? You find 2 spots for the Sargus because it's still worth it to get to the Regulus. It's almost like I want to play multiple copies of Regulus. Maybe I should try that. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think about this deck. I know it's not the craziest deck, but hey, it's something that it was really fun to kind of try out to see what would happen to ABC Super Heavy once they banned Scarecrow, and this seems like the direction that it went. But if you guys find a different way to build the deck, but you can definitely utilize some of these combo lines that kind of came up. So you guys, hit the subscribe button, ding notification bell. Here's IP and Underworld Goddess. This is so bare bones because it uses so many engines. You're very limited, super tight. That's why Duelist Nexus gets a lot better, because you go straight for the Revolution Synchron line, and you can cut out basically the Super Heavy Samurai engine entirely, and you just have a 1-card Synchro, go into Ancient Fairy, blow it up, get the other field spell. Now you have Therian stuff, you have Ace. You get Ancient Fairy into Crystal Wing Synchro, plus Regulus, plus the IP Masquerena and an ABC, and all for like almost like no cards. And you can just play Tuning, and Tuning's at 3. I think Tuning is gonna get limited. That's my take. But anyways, that's all I got for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button. Stay tuned for more stuff. For meta trends, we're going to be talking about upcoming decks for WCQ, for NAWCQ. I've been doing a lot of research. I've been looking up basically all the events available. I try to find out what's going on, what's going to be the most popular deck, things that you have to prepare for, and what are some secret techs thanks to Monstrous Revenge. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, ding notification bell. You definitely don't want to miss it, especially when you could be playing for your chance for invite at, Worlds. So you know what? That's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go to sleep now. Bye!